Carmelo Anthony was just found guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. But already, people are seemingly calling for race riots, as CNN immediately frames...
By the way, were there any race riots over Carmelo Anthony? No. Because everybody knew he was guilty. We all knew this, right? And like, I think that the entire world is fatigued from this. They're tired of this. They're tired of race bullshit. They're tired of tribalism. They're just sick of it. And also another reason is that I feel like if they had a riot, I've got a good feeling on what would happen. And it would not be like 2020. I'll tell you that. Governor, Greg Abbott would have sent in the National Guard, bro. Like, he would have shut that shit down in 45 minutes.
Verdict as racist.
Carmelo Anthony said, well, push me. See what happens then.
What happens.
And he pushed him, and that is
now
when
he's in jail for 35 years.
Carmelo Anthony rummaged through his bag, took out a knife, and the jury has determined that when that knife went into the chest of the victim, Austin Metcalf, that was murder.
If it was up to CNN, you'd think an inanimate object just magically ended Austin's life, as they desperately try to frame this as anything other than murder.
He had a knife. We don't know why he had a knife. He did not take the stand. This was a self-defense case. And what was in Carmelo Anthony's head was...
He had a knife to stab somebody. Duh. What are you, fucking retarded? Obviously.
So important because if he subjectively believed that he was going to be killed or seriously bodily injured by Austin Metcalf, who is the victim now, then he had a right to take out a knife.
Saying Austin, who is the victim now, is insanely evil phrasing. He's the only victim. He's the only one not with us now because of what Carmelo Anthony admittedly did. It's the simplest of cases, unless your network is full of racists.
Then he had a right to take out a knife.
A black man who has now been charged with murder of a young white man. Anthony was in this tent. He was asked to leave. He was being confronted and in some ways intimidated, provoked by larger athletes, and he was fearful of his life, and he pulled out that knife.
If he was so fearful, why didn't he simply leave the tent as requested? But
oh, wait, what do you mean you could just leave? Wait, no, but I have to flex on them. I can't let them feel like I'm not in control. I can't let my ego get hurt. Bro, I gotta stab somebody. No, I can't walk away. This is a perfectly good time to throw away your life.
No, they're just desperate to frame the murderer as the bigger victim. The only thing worse than CNN was Court TV.
Questioning the jury, I asked them, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He
only used the knife once.
I'm not saying that it was right, but what are you doing? How did you get this verdict? I'm enraged right now. This is very upsetting.
Even stooping to defenses previously only seen...
I haven't even seen these. These are new.
Racist memes.
My child has deep regret. My family has deep regret. He is a scholar. He has the opportunity to turn his life around. She needed to be talking about her son in the future to get them to see who he could be outside of this. And
he could stab somebody else. Imagine his potential. He could stab potentially 3 or 4 or 5 people even. Fuck, he could shoot him. Right? I mean, the sky's the limit. He could kill way more people.
She was not prepped and ready for that.
Suggesting you can imprison my son, he's a future scholar, just proves you're willing to overlook murder based solely on race. We simply can't reason with this level of weapons-grade stupidity, but sadly, there's actually activists listening to this logic. After the guilty verdict, chanting "say his name" as if Carmelo was the victim.
This is the reason why I think we should publicly execute him. This is the exact reason. Is that you gotta show these people that the way that you're acting and everything, like, you're not in control. You're not in control. You're never gonna be in control. And it's better that way. This is exactly the reason why I think we should do it. They're fucking racist. Massively fucking racist.
Singing and jumping around, attempting to antagonize the other side.
Gotten so bad, yeah. Because like at a certain point, like I think that there's a lot of people that try to calm these people down. I think go ahead and crash out. Go ahead and crash out. We're gonna send in a National Guard. We're gonna send in a National Guard. You get violent, they're gonna shoot you. You learn how to fucking behave. Learn how to act right. Like I'm so tired of this shit. I think everybody's tired of this. Really, like I mean, it's a waste of time. Yeah. Like if that's not enough, send in the military. Deal with this shit.
But you're not gonna do
act right
with a man.
Yeah.
That's weak. That's weak. Kid.
Now, luckily, this guy was eventually
got
arrested,
put in a box.
but he wasn't the only one getting confrontational.
Yep.
Anytime a white man or a white child can go and put their hands aggressively on anybody and something like this occur, it's self-defense. You put your hand on me and see how I respond.
Okay, well then you're gonna be in jail too, bitch. You gotta learn how to act. This is basically like inside, like this is a cultural thing, is that inside of certain cultures, insulting a person's like honor or like disrespecting them is seen as grounds for killing them. Like you have the justification now, if you've been disrespected, you now are allowed to be violent and you can kill somebody. Now, the solution to that is that you put everybody that thinks like that in jail. You just put all of them in jail. That's it. And then you don't have any more problems. But there's a very, very small subset of people that think this way and then behave this way. This is cross culture. It's not exclusive to black people. It happens all around the world.
In what world would anybody think?
But I will say it is generally a massively low IQ thing, right? Only retards think like this.
I was for putting violent murderers in prison until his angry supporters got in my face, basically suggesting something similar to me. If anything, it just proves how unfixable this perpetual victim mentality really is.
It's actually extremely fixable. The reason why it's not being fixed is because we tolerate this outburst and these outbursts like a child. Right? It's almost like the bigotry of low expectations that we don't immediately call this out for exactly what it is. And I think the reason why is that, you know, there's some kind of guilt to it or something else. And I don't know, like, I can't speak for everybody, right? But like, I am certainly not guilty for this, right? I don't feel guilty at all about this. And I think that really, like, any type of this behavior should not be tolerated.
As I already know, even covering this story as moderately as possible, I'm definitely going to receive threats in my DMs by idiots that think they're anonymous, as some people are just seemingly evil.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
Stop stabbing people.
What? I'm lost. I don't know what to do.
Stop stabbing people
I
with
got
knives.
5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
You can't walk away. You can't walk away. You have to preserve your honor.
Now, obviously, the answer is just tell your kids not to commit murder.
Yeah, just
but
don't
in
kill
the
people.
sea of reasonable responses to this is, how does she have 5 kids but isn't working on a Tuesday afternoon?
It's because this entire, like, there is a massive underclass population of people. This is in America. It's in every Western country that we effectively fund their existence. It's so annoying. We pay for these people to be alive. We pay for their kids to be alive. If we cut off their funding, they would die. That's the reality.
As for several days, she's been out there proudly broadcasting her racism.
If evidence does come out that Carmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs.
Once again proving you can't reason with this. Why waste your energy explaining that murder is evil, when essentially her whole argument is
exactly why you need the public execution. It's exactly why you need it. Because people like that know they don't listen and they don't understand anything other than a show of force. You have to do it.
Is bigotry. The problem being, the BLM riots proved she's not alone in this. Most people don't even know.
What do we protect? Black criminals. Oh my. 2020 was not real.
That this entire movement openly endorses black criminals, believing they're basically incapable of not committing murder. It's insane.
We're the racist ones, though.
Racist to think this, but they somehow not only believe it, but crowdfund over $600,000.
It's actually fucked up, bro. Like, somebody in my chat goes, I'm black. I used to think Uncle Ruckus was a caricature until I kept dealing with these types of people. Now I see myself becoming Uncle Ruckus and my beliefs. Welcome to White Heaven. Oh my God.
To a guy found guilty of murder, openly admitting they won't spend it on his defense, but other stuff for the family. Because being on trial for the murder you committed is injustice. It's actually scary to think a family can make over $500,000 because some people see a black student stabbing a white student and immediately rush to send him money. As simply put, one side wants to see justice, while the other is just openly racist, complaining about the racial makeup of the jury.
This is a racist country. We're in a racist state. This is a racist court.
If we had to buy her a plane ticket to wherever the hell she wanted to go back to, we'd have to get two.
There ain't nothing else to talk about.
I have to get 2 plane tickets. Yeah, you got
when there's a white boy been before an all-black jury. Tell us, media. Tell us, white folks. When there's a white boy been before all-black jury. Never.
How's it murder?
This is racist.
Is he okay?
But the Black Panthers weren't the only ones angry over this.
That a black boy was allowed.
It's crazy how powerful this would have been 10 years ago, and now literally nobody gives a shit. And I think one of the reasons why they don't go out and riot now is because they know that they would just literally send in the National Guard and suppress them and just totally shut them down, and nobody would care. I think people, like, after seeing so many of these body cam videos, after seeing, like, you know, how many of these, like, oh my God, you know, an innocent guy was killed by a police officer, and then you see him running at the police officer with a knife, you know, it's just like and it makes me wonder, like, how many of those instances before we had body cams were the same thing, but it just got turned into something that it wasn't by the media. I think probably a lot.
One black soul on a jury. An all white jury.
As yes, that does seem like a concern we should at least consider, until you read exactly why there were no black jurors. As many of the dismissed potential jurors stated they couldn't imagine putting a brother in jail, saying they can't make a decision about somebody so young, one mistake doesn't make you a bad person, and
yeah, it does.
I don't feel comfortable finding an African-American male guilty of murder, as none of those jurors are able to give an unbiased judgment on the case. And
that's right. That's right, guys.
Reasonably should immediately be dismissed from the jury. But instead of blaming those individual jurors for their bias, they again blame racism. As plainly put, placing racists on the jury is their version of justice. As when a guy holds a sign showing Irina Zarutska, someone couldn't help but punch him.
I'm just holding a sign.
And then he immediately hides behind a woman. You went and you punched this guy. Like, this dude looks like he could be like a college football player or like an athlete. And you look like the human version of a virus. And you're going to go and do this and you go hide behind a woman. Like a little weasel. Looks like a little weasel.
There was absolutely no reason for that, other than to advertise you have zero self-control, and nobody will be surprised when you too are tried for a violent crime. But then insanely admitting they wish Carmelo killed Austin's twin brother as well.
That should both should have been dead. The both brothers. Both should have been dead. You ask me?
Yep. See, y'all need to see this. Y'all really need to see this. This is the problem you got going on. Yeah. Was that English? They were trying to be.
They wish Carmelo killed Austin's twin brother as well.
That should both should have been dead. The both brothers. Both should have been dead. You ask me?
It's sad to see society slip this far, where we'd like to hear what the other side has to say, but literally nothing can be gained listening to anybody who not only wants to free someone guilty of murder based solely on race, but wishes they murdered more innocent kids based solely on race. So if you appreciate
because they're psycho-racist. That's the reason why. Super simple.
My concise, sometimes lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality. Hopefully I've earned your subscription
really easy to
and you'll
understand.
subscribe to Decoy.
I like this guy a lot. I've watched his videos for a while. He also streams on Twitch, too. I'll give you guys a link and make sure to give him a sub and give him a follow. Oh, he recently hit 1 million subscribers. Holy shit, I didn't even notice that. Decoy voice. Yeah, there it is. And good news coverage? Yeah, I guess so. And we got to go into this one, too, as well. But, you know, I'm going to look maybe I'll look at that one tomorrow. But right now, we will look at this, right? Aren't there updates on the Iran war? Nah, there's no updates. Like, you know, my perspective, why do these specific Carmel defenders keep being so loud despite when asking why they're wrong? The woman admitted to doubling down too, which is insane because they're just morons, bro. Like, they're just idiots. Like, there's no reason to even take them to... The thing is, like, you're trying to figure out, like, why is a person doing this? Like, they're stupid. That's why. That's literally the entire it's just tribal stupidity. There's no fine print. There's no hidden meaning. There's no second goal. There's nothing other than that. It is just plain and simple, easy to understand tribal mentality. That is it. So yeah, why is a retard dumb? Exactly. Yeah, why do you have a pigeon? Why is stupid? Yeah, exactly. And too stupid to understand reason. Yeah, definitely. And I don't know why people put up with this shit at all. But I am glad to see that now more people on Twitter are now able, because like this is the first one of these like big issues like this. Maybe not the first one, but it's one of the biggest ones so far, where like people really get to see this bias here. And I think that it's important to keep this bias in mind in the future, right? Because this is what these people do. And they'll immediately defend even the most heinous, evil, awful, terrible things for just literally no reason.